Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. And now, for your host, Kimberly McLemore.
All right. Good evening and welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring entrepreneurs and women-owned businesses from across the country. I am your host, Kimberly McLemore, CEO and founder of the Women's Small Business Initiative, LLC, and an award-winning author. Welcome to another night of sharing. With us, we have special guest, Soulful Femme. Soulful Femme is a blues, funk, jazz duo from Pittsburgh, made up of two women, Stevee Wellons, vocals, and Cheryl Rinovato, guitarist. Their debut album, It Is Well With My Soul, was released on June 4th. Vocalist Stephanie Wellons, aka Stevee Wellons, has been performing in the tri-state area for the last 25 years and is known for her high-energy stage presence and performance. Stevie has performed with numerous area bands and currently teaches and coaches voice at the prestigious Afro-American Institute in the Homewood area of Pittsburgh. An experienced recording artist as well, Stevie has recorded in Pittsburgh, New York, Chicago, and Baltimore. Studying applied music with a second major in arranging and composition at famed Berklee College of Music, Cheryl Rinovato began her musical career as a studio musician throughout New England. Since moving to Pittsburgh, Cheryl has pursued her musical career as a professional musician for numerous area bands and has done extensive studio work. So without further ado, please help me welcome to my platform, Soulful Femme. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Kimberly. Hello.
Hello. Oh, you guys, it's funny. I've been talking to you guys for a few minutes and you both almost sound identical. So I'm like, okay, who am I talking to first?
Too much. Well, this is Steve. This is Stevie. I talked to you first. And,
okay.
A lady. I've never been told that we sound alike. So. I know. It's a Pittsburgh thing.
Well, obviously, as we continue on, I will figure this all out, okay? But for now, I was like, wait a minute. Who am I talking to first? Oh, but anyway, I'm excited, ladies, to have you on. I mean, we talked as I call it, in the green room for about the last 3 or 4 minutes, and cannot wait to get this started. So the listeners, you guys are going to be in for a treat tonight, but we're going to kick this off, and I'm going to go ahead and let Stevee Wellons tell us a little bit more about who she is beyond what I've read, and what else can we learn about you tonight, Stevie?
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. I'm not going to start off saying how old I am because it said 25 years of music. It's been more than 25 years I've been performing, but and I performed off and on with many groups. I have two sons, and I'm a grandma, and I enjoy, that as well as performing, especially with Miss Rinovato, with Cheryl. It's just too much fun. She and I have a blast doing this, and I'm happy to be doing it. I teach. I'm an adjunct professor at the community college here in Pittsburgh, CCAC. They have different campuses. I'm in the one near where I live. And I enjoy coaching, vocal coaching. I do a lot of that. And I really thoroughly enjoy that. This time of my life, it's time to give back. So that's what I want to do. Besides perform, giving back.
Wow.
So that's it in a the short version.
Okay. Well, we're going to be diving into a little bit more, but we're going to let Cheryl tell us a little bit more about who she is to the listeners.
Well, I've been playing music, playing guitar, it seems like all my life since I was very young. And I played guitar in numerous bands, as Stevie did, until the early 80s. I went back to school, totally gave up music for 25 years.
Wow.
And just retired 6 years ago and got back into the business, and it's kind of really taken off. Me being a female guitar player, I got an endorsement. I'm blessed to have an endorsement. And like Stevie said, we are just loving what we're doing, having fun, and relating that to the audience. I think it relates to the audience. It comes across that way.
Wow. I mean, you guys' personal selves and your personal careers are very dynamic and rich and amazing, that what you have done and what you continue to do. But I want to figure out here, tell us how you guys met and what made you guys decide to come together.
Go, Cheryl. This is always the question. Right? Kimberly, she always fields this one to me. We were doing an event for the Blues Society here called Blues Goes Pink, and it's for breast cancer awareness. I was asked to be in the band, and what it is we have a 5-piece band, and then we have a lineup of about 6 or 7 vocalists. And I had never met Stevie or heard of Stevie before that rehearsal, and she came in, and obviously I was very, very impressed. And so the day of the gig, we did the gig, and I went to the guys in the band who I had never met before and said, what do you think about me putting a band around her, meaning Stevie? And they said, yeah, you going to ask her?
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sure. So that's exactly what I did. And we formed a 5-piece band called Stevee Wellons Band. And that's how we met. And 4 rehearsals later, we won the International Blues Challenge here in Pennsylvania.
Yes, you did. We went down to Memphis from there. And that was our first, I guess, well, mine anyway, first taste of Memphis, and fell in love immediately. Fell in love with the town. It was wonderful. And we've been together ever since. And then after, like I said, we formed the band, and I guess after a while, things changed a little bit, and we decided to just do the duo. Because I think financially it was feasible, and a lot of times we weren't working as much. But let's do a duo, and that really took off. Yeah, it was unbelievable. We just couldn't figure out why. I guess maybe it's because I'm not sure if it's the uniqueness of it, but Cheryl and I, you could tell when we're on stage that everybody's involved. I mean, the audience is involved with us, and I guess they could see that we're having a good time or that we enjoy what we're doing, something like that. But it took off.
Mm-hmm.
It did, and I just took off.
I think too, for Stevie and I, stylistically, we didn't skip a beat. We decided to do the exact same music that we were performing as a 5-piece,
That's true.
as a duo. And so, we did that. And I think we were kind of being stifled stylistically too. We wanted to branch out and do a lot of different things. And we just decided, if we're a duo, we can do whatever we choose to do. And that's what we did.
Right.
And it just, for us, it was more comfortable. And like Stevie said, financially, obviously, there's a big difference. But I think today there's all these wineries popping up and all these smaller clubs, and duos are in such demand now. So I think it was a good move.
Yeah, it was really a good move. And then we decided to do a CD.
Uh-huh.
Woo! Do an album. Woo!
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I will tell y'all, ladies, I have listened to that album at least 2 or 3 times since I heard it. I was like, oh yeah.
All right.
I have.
All right. Yes.
It's just, there's something about you two that it just resonated with me. And like you were saying, Cheryl, when you were talking about how you met, it clicked. Whatever you two had, it clicked, and the album has done the same thing for me. And as soon as I heard it, and when I got the information, I was like, Mike, I gotta have these ladies on my show. So, I mean, it just.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God, what a wonderful compliment.
That's what I think. I think what you just said is important, and also, and we've heard this about the CD. If you listen to the CD, there's something for everybody on there. We aren't typecast into one style of music, and I think it's obvious with this CD. It's obviously blues, but it's soul blues. There's jazz in there. There's
a little
swing
funk
in there.
in there.
Right.
Yeah.
There's funk. There's gospel. Obviously, the title track.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And I think that was part of it. And I loved it too because it's more for the grown up. It's got that grown up feel. I'm not listening to kids. I'm listening to some real grown up women, and the words that you guys use in your songs. Like I said, it just resonated with me. And I don't know if it's because I'm, getting older or whatever the case may be, but it just felt it felt so good to just hear it. And then of course the name. How did you guys come up with the name Soulful Femme?
Do you remember, Cheryl?
I do remember. I remember the room I was in. I was downstairs, and we were on the phone, and we were going back and forth about, we need a name that fits us. And we were going back and forth. And then first of all, we decided definitely soulful has to be in the name. Because I think how we interpret songs has a certain amount of soul to it. Our version of soul. And then we came up with femme for feminine, for women. So
soulful women. Yes, women. Just women, because and I think I'm going to say this too. We don't discriminate because we're just women and it's not for the guys. But a lot of this, it has our feminine flavor. I mean, the lyrics. Has and coming from the feminine standpoint, female standpoint of love, and the lyrics and the music. So I think when we said Soulful Femme, I think it was really appropriate.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, and the reality is that we shouldn't have to apologize as women about, it's nothing against the men, but at the end of the day, it's about us. And it's okay, for it to be about us.
You're right. It is okay.
Right.
And what? You're absolutely correct. You're correct.
You are.
Stevie and I are very unapologetic about how we approach things. And to be honest with you, like we said, we decided to form the duo. One of the reasons was we just felt stifled musically, artistically.
Yeah.
And we wanted to branch out and do things our way. So part of what we always say, and it's on our website, is Soulful Femme was born out of the need to do blues, soul, and our way.
Mm-hmm. Our way.
And we felt very strongly about that. And again, I think it comes across on the CD.
Right.
And
how to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
And another thing, when I listen to Cheryl, when we write the songs and she wants me to perform them, and I'm listening to the way she writes and and I want to interpret it, and I think we just had that connection when I'm listening to her music, and I can interpret what she wants to get across with the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of people don't, they wonder about that. Why some of the songs I'm singing, and because it makes me give you a feeling. You get that feeling from the music when you heard it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It was coming from somewhere, and you felt that. And that's what we want. We want people to feel. Just get it all. See, get something for everybody, but get that feeling, what we're feeling, and I think it comes across.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And everybody else.
And it did. Like I said, when I listened to it over and over, there's the wording, certain topics and how you guys intertwined it into the music. It's just like, yeah, this is it. And I just loved it. And I definitely made sure I wrote my little review, because I was like, oh, and like, even if nobody else read it, I was like, I'm putting it out there in the universe. I love this. Okay. So, but the thing for me that when I'm listening to you ladies talk that resonates even more with me, like I said, your backgrounds are profound. I mean, they're amazing in what you guys have accomplished individually, and then now you've come together as one. But I want you guys to talk a little bit to the listeners who, especially for those who are listening that are interested in understanding the music industry and how it works. Talk a little bit about the process of being in the music industry, the good, the bad, and ugly of it, because we all know that anything we do in business, it's not all peaches and cream. So kind of give us some background in the listeners about what to expect if you're going to get into this type of industry, and some of your experiences that you guys have had as well.
You go first, Cheryl. See what I mean?
Look, from now on, I'm just going to say, Cheryl, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go, Cheryl. Go. I can, and Stevie knows this. I came into the music business, in my late teens, early 20s, and I had a mentor, a vocalist, that taught me in so many ways that music is a business, and she ran it as a business. And a lot of the musicians that we worked with didn't like that, because it was a business to her. I mean, she loved performing. She had performed in Vegas and all over the world, but it was a business. And that's how she paid her bills. And she taught me how to be professional, on time, know your music, respect the house or the venue that you're playing, because they're paying, they're writing the check.
Mm-hmm.
And so I learned very early on what it meant to be a professional in this business. And like you said, Kimberly, it's a rough business. And it's not always kind, and it's not always fair, but that's life. That's it anywhere in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my own struggles being a female guitarist, which 20, 30 years ago was pretty much, in this country, wasn't very popular.
Right.
And so I had my own struggles with that. But yes, it is a business, and you have to learn all aspects of the business, from learning your craft to respecting your peers, from booking bands, dealing with agents, what the various venues want, and how to make yourself an all-around musician. I think that's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like what you said. And what you're talking about is just the basics, formalities of business 101. But it amazes me how many people, whether it's in the business of being a music artist or whether it's a writer, or if you're just opening up a small business, you have certain products, people don't get it. They don't understand that there is a format that comes with this process. No matter how you put it together, business is a business, and you have to learn to respect that, and you need to know all avenues of that. And, throughout the years, I know, and as far as when it comes to music, many people, all they did is sing, but didn't understand the industry, didn't understand the business side of it, and they end up losing out. So it's, and very important being in the business that you guys are in, and realize that coming together as one as well, you've seen that there was more benefit to that because you understand the industry as a whole, because you've been in it a while. But for those who are out here new and have fresh eyes to it, it's so easy to become an overnight success because of the technology that we have today. And, that we didn't have, 20, 30 years ago. So the insight still is that, hey, I can make it out here quicker. I can own this and own that. But I still think that there are many other things that people miss out in the industry because they don't understand it. So, Stevie, pop in and tell us a little bit about your experiences of what you have gone through throughout the years.
My experiences were a little different, not just because of, but being in this business and being a vocalist in this business, a lot of women have to be careful, because back when I was started singing, they figured women who were singing in a club or a nightclub or not, reputation-wise, they didn't have a good reputation as they thought they did. Let's put it this way. Mm-hmm. A lot of the male business owners, okay? And women have to be smart these days, and not let certain factors influence them negatively in this business, because a lot of women don't know, okay, that you have to make sure you get paid, make sure you're respected in this business. And being professional, you could be as professional as you want, but the thing is being respected. How you carry yourself when you are on stage and when you're off stage. That part of business, being prepared so nobody has anything negative to say about you. Mm-hmm. Okay. When I was performing a while back, a lot of the owners or club owners would, say things to me if they would talk about how I was supposed to dress, just more provocatively or something like that, and I felt uncomfortable with that. And I want a lot of these women need to realize that if you are uncomfortable, then it's not right for you. Mm-hmm. Then something has to be different. And a lot of these, you could get all this fame is coming fast, but people will take advantage, and you have to be aware of that. And a lot of times I was not aware when the club owner told me, sex sells. Right. But I'm singing.
Right.
What does that have to do with anything? But they made a point of that, letting me know that I'm there, but we want you to be more, I guess, that little sexy thing. I'm not sure exactly what they meant, but
no, I get it. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I want us, and I teach that in my class, because it's not an easy business. It's different personalities, different people. You get some great people, some great club owners, and then you get some that are not so great. And you could be, but you make sure that you have all your ducks in a row and that you are professional. So if they come back at you with anything, you can say, I'm professional, and maybe you're not, but hold your head up and just be right. Just be right. And like I said, it's harder for women. It really is. So I've learned not to let anybody try to take advantage. And be aware of everything that's going on.
Right. And I think especially today that we're, as women, we definitely have more power and we're more upfront about what we will and will not do. But at the same time, we're still constantly finding those same elements, excuse me, that you guys have been talking about, that's been going on for 20 something years or more. And then, we're still there fighting the element of getting paid what we're worth. We're still there fighting the element of, do we have to keep showing skin? What, like I said, what does sex have to do with music? And that's with everything, when it comes to, even on TV, you're selling a refrigerator and somebody's having sex in front of a refrigerator. What does that got to do with selling the refrigerator? I'm just, it's all those, those simple examples of what we still constantly, as women, are constantly fighting. And for some women, they're okay with that. They're, they're fine within themselves as whole, and they understand who they are and what they're doing. But, we should still have the choice of saying yes or no, and then and then not being told, well, we can't deal with you because you're not sexy enough, when we're selling our music. It's I think there's still that, I'm sure the battle is still there, and that's with everything that we do. So we're constantly fighting against the wall and against the power of people telling you how you're supposed to look and feel every single day.
Exactly. And you have to have a certain look. You can do this, but you have to have a certain look. It's okay, what is that? And there's so many wonderful, wonderful, talented women out there, and men, of course, but women, but you have to have a look.
Right.
And I wish I knew what that look was supposed. Well, I know what the look is supposed to be about, but we know what it's supposed to be about. But
no, but I agree. We still struggle. Women still struggle with that in this business, and I don't care what age you are. The expectations are the same. I think at this point, Stevie and I are, here's what we do, here's how we do it. And we don't shortchange ourselves. And we, like I said, we had the benefit of all this experience. Now, the younger kids coming up, the younger women, they have the benefit of the internet and going on and learning about the business end of it. When I went to Berkeley, they never taught about the business end of music. Now they
everywhere.
But now they have, the business end, the production end, all of that. And so, I would also advise young women out there to get on that internet and start reading and learning and understanding and talking to those that have experience. We get a lot of young women that come up to us and, and say, how did you do this? How did you get where you're at? And we do get a lot of that from people in our audience. We do get a lot of questions like that.
True, we do.
Right. Because like you said, things are differently today because they can, instantly, get out there and perform. And, you're on these, influencers today when it comes to being on these different platforms. But once that platform is gone, what's the reality of that? How are you really able to come out here and perform and say and be who you say you really are and be authentic and, be that woman who's open. Obviously we have some great examples today in the music industry of women being more authentic and being who they are, but it is still based off a choice of what you like and what you don't like. And as women, we are still more critical of each other than it is on the opposite end.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's the truth.
Oh, that
is the truth.
That is so true. Oh my God, it's very true. It is.
Every day when you log into ChumbaCasino.com, the ultimate online social casino, you get a free daily bonus. Imagine if you got daily bonuses in other parts of your life.
I chose French fries over loaded French fries.
I asked Stuart from accounting about his weekend, even though I don't care.
I updated my operating system without having to call tech support.
Collect your free daily bonus at ChumbaCasino.com now. And live the Chumba life.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It really is, and it's kind of I wish we didn't have to do that, but I think that's what we were taught to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a learned behavior throughout the years to criticize each other.
Well,
and
right.
instead of supporting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing Cheryl and I do that people notice. She and I support each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
And we support other female
and we
acts.
support other female acts. Oh, do we ever?
Because we go to their shows, we promote them and support them on social media platforms, because a lot of people feel if they support other musicians, they're afraid of that. That
Mm-hmm.
intimidates them. That frightens them.
Mm-hmm.
For us, we believe in supporting all musicians, but specifically female that are out there trying to do what we do. We're very supportive. That
Right.
doesn't, intimidate us.
Right.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Jim. I was going to say that also. Women, people like to compare. I guess that helps them, but for other females not to compare themselves with other female vocalists or musicians, rather, because we're all different.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I don't say that I'm better than this, or I sound like because I'm better than this. I don't do that, because I think we're all good in our own way, in our own style or whatever. And it doesn't mean that you're better than I am or I'm better than you are. It's just we're just different. And I think to celebrate the differences, and I think it's wonderful. So
and how we do that? How we do that, Kimberly, is annually we put together a Women of Blues.
Oh, wow.
And we have the band, obviously, and then I have Stevie, 6-7 vocalists.
About 6 or 7 vocalists. Yeah.
All stylistically different.
Mm-hmm.
They're different.
And I celebrate that because as a whole, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing to do. And annually we do it for the Pittsburgh Blues and Roots Festival. And it's the #1 requested act. And to me, it's my favorite thing to do because stylistically you have all these different styles blending together and celebrating each woman, like Stevie says, doing their own thing in their own style.
Mm-hmm.
And it's incredible. So we really do believe in supporting all musicians, but specifically women.
Right.
Yeah.
And the beauty about that is because you guys have gone through that process. You understand what it takes to get here, and why reinvent the wheel when you don't have to. You know, you can teach the other women that they don't have to go through some of those pains and aches that you guys went through, because obviously times were different then. But, you know, like I said, today you can move quicker into the industry and do things that you were never able to do during the time you guys first started out. But you are supporting women in a way that they need to be supported, and showing that love and is what they need the most, because, you know, as you say, we got enough critical people out here that are being criticized, because for one, as women, we're constantly criticizing ourselves within ourselves, and then you got all these other people trying to get you to conform to what they believe you should be doing, or why you should be looking this way, or whatever the case may be. So
exactly,
it's profound that the way that you guys are handling and helping these women to allow them to be themselves, to allow their sound to be who they want to be, and not telling them that, well, you can't sing that because that's not what people want to hear. You're truly giving them the voice that they deserve to have. And that's really exactly what I do. It's what you do. It's what all women do when they get to a point in our lives, even as we're going through our journey, being able to share our voices in a certain way. And you guys are doing it through music. I do it through the show. I do it also through being an author and writing. It's giving people the opportunity to understand that your dreams can come true, but we're going to show you how it's done. You know, and we're going to allow you to share your voice why we have that opportunity to do so.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for what you do, Kimberly. My goodness. You do a lot, lady. You do a lot. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, sometimes I think I'm crazy. So I think I'm just part of the crazy bunch out here, you know. that's
you
trying
know what?
To do it.
Nobody else. If nobody else is going to do it, just go ahead and do it. You do it. You do it, and you're doing it, and that's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, like they say, you know, if you can't get a seat at the table, you create your own, and that's exactly what you guys have done.
That's it. Exactly right.
You know,
I like that. We did create our own table, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like it was like when you were introducing yourselves and how you met and how you had one band and then realized that, you know, hey, we got to create something that's our own without having to be stagnated, without somebody telling us that we can't branch out. And so what you guys have done, you're doing for others, and that's the blessing behind it. So as you said earlier, Stevie, when you were introducing yourself, that you said you're giving back. And that's a part of growing, is realizing it's not just always about you, but it is about giving back to society in a way that's meaningful. And both of you ladies have been doing that. And it's just, like I said, it's amazing. I love it, what you guys do, and the music that people are going to get to hear here shortly. They're going to love it. And for those who don't get it, get on top of the wagon, okay? Realize that, you know,
jump on that train.
Exactly.
Jump on the wagon, please.
Exactly. Jump on the wagon, listen, learn, enjoy, expand your mindset, because that's what it's all about, right? So,
yes, exactly. That's exactly what it's about.
But I have a few more questions, ladies, before we end this interview this evening, and then we get into the music portion of the interview. But I want to find out, now we were talking about this event that you guys do every year that goes on. What time frame out of the year does this event go on, that you're working with these other women that they're in this, what was it, I can't even remember, I'm sorry, the name
Women in Blues?
Yes, the Women in Blues.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's it's the end of July, early August.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, again, so revered. I mean, the audience absolutely loves it, because there's, and I think the thing that they love is you're seeing 6 or 7 women up there showing respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And the smiles on their faces is for me, I stand back there as part of the band, and you cannot wipe the smile from my face for the whole performance, because they show support and solidarity, and it's so obvious.
It's empowering, and I'm going to say this too. We show a lot of love. You can see the love on the stage. I'm serious. I mean, we're one person singing, and the other we're all smiling at each other, and just all into it. And it's just a lot of love, and like you said, show a lot of respect and camaraderie, but it's a lot of love, and it's sisterhood. I'm digging it.
It really is, and you know,
it started off small and it just branched out into 6 or 7 vocalists, and each one, like I said, is stylistically almost like opposites. You've got rock, you've got one that's more jazz, you've got one that's really R&B soul, right? And you got one that's really bluesy. It's just incredible. And when they come together and they do these all sings and harmonize with each other, it's just amazing. And it really impacts the audience. The audience is just amazed by it, and they should be.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's 7 women up there doing their thing. Right?
Exactly. And then, of course, you guys in the background doing your thing, too. So
well, listen, I'm part of the band. I just, when I tell the band, and they kind of look at me weird, but I always tell them, Stevie knows this. When we do these things, it's not about the band. It's about the women. And so I'm just part of the band. I'm back there, and let these women shine, because once they take the stage, that's it. It's mesmerizing.
Cheryl shines too. She's fantastic.
I know she does. I know she does. She's being modest back there. I know.
You got to say that, Kimberly. You got to say that.
No, I
I know you back there rocking it, girl. I know what you're doing in the background, but we get it.
Let me tell you something. I think the theme of this fits right in. When Stevie and I decided to do this CD, and the theme was "It Is Well With My Soul," which is a hymn, and we were bookending the album with the hymn, and many people had said to us, I don't know if this is stylistically going to work. This doesn't, you're not following the format, quote unquote format. You don't have this and you don't have that. And we talked it through, and we almost thought about changing, and then we said, no, this is our vision. And I can't tell you how important that is. And that's another great lesson, because we stuck with our vision. Yeah. We put it out there June 4th, and the second week it was number 2.
Wow.
Yeah, the RMR Soul and Blues charts. Number 2. Now, and we're as amazed as anybody else, but we stuck to what we believed in and what we felt was right.
Right.
And what reflected us, and it obviously has resonated with the audience out there.
Now, in order to get into the event that's coming up at the end of July, August, are those slots completely filled for this year?
I haven't even organized that yet. We may do a Women Who Rock. Yeah. Instead of Women of Blues. We might do a Women Who Rock. And all you have to do is go on PittsburghBluesandRoots.com, and you can see the lineup and who's playing there. And by the way, one of the headliners is Joanna Connors out of Chicago. She's an incredible female guitarist.
Wow. And
another one is Vanessa Collier, incredible saxophone guitar vocalist from Eastern Pennsylvania. Right. So we celebrate women too there.
Wow, it sounds like it's going to be an amazing event. I'm glad to hear that you guys are actually going to be able to do it this year. Obviously, last year I'm not sure how everything went with, COVID and everything.
Nothing happened last year. Nothing happened last year, and then Stevie and I are. It's called Soulful Femme Plus. When you see Soulful Femme Plus on our website, that means there's a band behind us.
Okay.
And so for this event, we're going to be doing Soulful Femme Plus. There'll be a band behind us.
Okay.
And we're very excited. Very excited.
Really excited about it. Yes, we are.
It definitely sounds like it's going to be amazing. I have another question in reference to what else do you guys have going on for this year that you may want to share with the listeners?
We're starting album number 2.
I was wondering if I was going to get to hear that tonight. Yay!
Oh yes. Not any grass growing under our feet. No, we've actually started writing number 2. This is the next project.
We've got some people interested from California. Yeah. We just acquired a management company because the record took off, and they want to put some dates behind us, maybe some Florida dates, California dates. So people have begin to show interest in let's do another CD, record label, and we're very excited about that.
Really excited. Yes,
Congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So
Thank you.
I have a couple more other questions. Now, as we, are coming to an end and everything, of course.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I want to know if somebody, and as you say, somebody always asks you guys, how do you get started? What do you do? Give some quick advice to the listeners about what they can do if they want to get started in this business today.
Okay, I'll start. I'll do that one. Learn as much as you can. Really, and find those, and seek out those who are already in the business and can give you some ideas. Learn your craft, whatever it is, and learn it well. Whether vocalist or you're playing an instrument, learn it well. And what else could I say? And learn professionalism. Just learn that business, and don't let anybody tell you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That was something. Yeah. And I think too, Stevie said it right. You got to seek out those that are already in the business, but someone that you trust.
Yeah.
Someone that you know, someone that you trust. It could be a music teacher, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
But somebody that will guide you. But Stevie's right. You have to know your craft, because you will always be in the middle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
There will be a million people better than you and a million people that aren't as good as you, but you will always be surrounded by talent. And so you have to know your craft, and you have to know the business. And she's right. You have to go to somebody that you trust, that will guide you.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it depends what you want to do. Do you want to have a band? Do you want to do you want to do studio work? Do you want to do production? There's so many opportunities in the music business. It's just not about performance.
Right. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. That's another thing. Like I said, don't let anybody tell you that maybe you shouldn't, or just make you feel any different. If you have a goal, to stay with it. Keep that. Stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
Stay
right.
focused.
I should be playing piano because everybody said, "You do what?" The first thing somebody says to me is, "Do you sing?"
Mm-hmm.
I can't sing a note. I wouldn't dare sing. First of all, standing next to Stevie, that doesn't even compute in my brain. But secondly, nobody thinks about girls and guitars. They're out there now, but
they've been out there a long time, but nobody knows guitars, but nobody was on purpose,
right?
Because that was a man's thing, and nobody, because there were plenty of female guitar players back in the 40s and 50s, but you didn't hear about them. And that's another thing, look up, because I do a lot of music history. and there were a lot of female musicians, and only a few of them. Like, okay, what's our girl name? Nina Simone, for instance. Okay, she wanted to be a concert pianist. I mean, that's what she wanted to do, and she didn't have the right look.
Right.
Okay. And all that. So, but she made her name. She put her name out there anyway. She got herself out there anyway, regardless of what they said to her. But that's not what she wanted to do in the first place. But like I said, don't let for us women. If you have the dream, whether you're a writer, author, whatever it is, you have to learn everything about your craft, and just don't let anybody tell you that you can't. And if you want to be the first doing this, be the first. And also tell the other people too, other ladies, that sometimes this music business is tough. Sometimes you don't make a lot of money. Some of us just do it because we just love doing it. But I also tell my other students, I tell them, if you keep it up, the money will come.
Yes.
Whatever is, it will come. It will happen. It will come. You just have to stick with it.
That's right.
It will come. It will be there.
Yeah, because if you start chasing money first, you're never gonna get there. So it's learning.
Thank you.
Yeah, yep. It's like you said, know your craft. Do you first. Realize that all that's going to come with it. It's part of the process. And, you guys didn't become overly successful overnight. You've built for years to get to this point. And now that success is finally coming to a certain point to where it's about what you guys want, not about what everybody else thinks that you should have. And that's the difference.
Exactly. That's the difference.
Exactly. And we empowered ourselves to form the duo because of that. And we never looked back. Nah.
Right. And that's the key. All right, ladies. So this has been phenomenal. But before we go, please tell the listeners how they can get a hold of you if they want to talk to you more about the music and maybe getting some help, or just they want to learn more about where they can purchase your first album, It Is Well With My Soul. And like I said earlier, you guys, it was released on June 4th, and we will be playing a song here in a few minutes. But tell us how we can find you guys.
Thanks, Cheryl.
I forgot to add that part. Cheryl, tell us where you can find us.
First of all, they could go on our website, soulfulfemme.com, and you could order a CD there. Or we're also available on all digital platforms, so they can access us there. And if anybody wants to ask questions, find out more about us, talk to us, they can go on the website and reach us via email. And we will gladly field any questions or anything that anybody wants to ask us or talk about.
Absolutely. Oh, most definitely.
Excellent. Well, ladies, I have just been truly, like I said, I've enjoyed having you on this evening. Before we end tonight, do you ladies have any last words for our listeners?
No, keep rocking, folks. I'm serious. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. You can still do the things that you want to do.
Never too late.
It's never too late.
And you know what? We're an example of that. We're a prime example of that.
Yes, we are.
So follow your dream. Follow it. That's all I can say.
That's all I can say to you, Cheryl.
All right. Again, thank you, ladies, for coming on to the night show. And for everyone else.
Thank you for having us, Kimberly.
It's my pleasure. I love it. Like I said, it's just been an exciting evening with you, ladies, and I cannot wait to play this music here in a few minutes. But before we do that, and before I close tonight's show, we heard from the group Soulful Femme. These ladies, Stevie and Cheryl, you guys are just phenomenal. Like I said, I just have really enjoyed it, and I enjoy that you shared your journey with us this evening about what it means to be a music artist. And it always leads me to ask everybody else, what do you wish existed for you? So reach out to me, Kimberly, WSBILLC@gmail.com. Let's have that chat. Let's have that conversation about your dreams. Let's talk about how we can turn those dreams into actual goals. And if you want more of your resource for success, donate to support the podcast. You can do it through Cash App. The Cash App is $$ with KMCLEMORE. Or you can go to www.sbilc.com, which is the website, and you can donate right there on the page itself. And also we just, like I said, would like to thank you all for listening to tonight. We will be back next week with more amazing guests. Be sure to follow us right here on iHeartRadio. Download our mobile app on Google Play or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're going to close tonight's show with the song Born to Blues, one of my favorites off the album. I can't wait. So again, ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show. For everybody else, enjoy the rest of your evening and good night. And like I said, we'll be going out with the song Born to Blues.
Shadow of the moon. Don't you know I was born in the shadow of the moon? Don't you know, baby, I was born to blues. Hey, come over here, baby. Walk a mile in my shoes. I was born
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
People are driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. The hiring process can be slow and overwhelming. Simplify hiring with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform. With over 350 million global monthly visitors according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. That's Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Terms and conditions apply.